Hi. Hey. Uh, it's been a minute, and this is probably not the kind of video you would want to watch, especially since it's been 7 months without actual content. But I feel like this is something I do want to talk about, and I feel like it's something that's important. I first want to say thank you for 40,000 plus subscribers on this YouTube channel. If I'm being completely honest, I do not deserve it. I really don't. But I am thankful, I am grateful, I am blessed to have such a supportive, such a funny, such a creative and unique community that decided to just stick around with whatever shenanigans I end up doing. I am truly thankful, and I apologize for not being there when I could be there. But I also do want to talk about something that's important and something I will keep on this channel, even if my other things don't seem like it's very different than this video. To start off with, yesterday I went to the ER, the emergency room. For the past 3 days prior, I felt like I was dying. Since 2017, I was 13 years old, 13, 12, maybe 14, one of those. I had this feeling in the back of my head. I was terrified about it. And back then the doctors told me I was just anxious and nervous, and I had anxiety, and I kind of listened to them but also brushed it off because I was just scared. I was scared, and moving on, it would come on and off. And it wasn't until these last 3 days on June 30th, I had it just the whole time. And I felt like I was dying. I was scared it was something worse. I was scared if it was a stroke. I was scared if it was a tumor. And I guess you can't really go to the emergency room for something that's simple as that, as simple as a tingling in the back of your head that you're worried about. But I had so many things go on those past 3 days. I had my left arm and leg felt like it was weak. It felt numb or tingly. My heart would race every night. I would have just sharp pains every part of my body. I'd see flashing lights in the corner of my eyes. I don't know. There was a lot going on, and I was scared. And then I went to the emergency room, and I found out I have anxiety. That there's a lot of built up stress and emotions that are bottled up that I need to look into. As much as it seems like I haven't been working on this channel, I haven't been working on the acting that I talk about on my Instagram and Twitter, as much as I haven't been doing videos on the Hicks Media channel or making clothes or whatnot, I have been working almost every day. Almost every day I've been thinking about work, what to do next, making a list, schedules, overall being hard on myself. I spent probably hundreds of dollars, so much of my own time in my personal life and just in health in general on projects and on content I didn't even end up releasing because I wanted to make it perfect, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. Everything would always go wrong. I would try to get a webcam was slow because my computer didn't work. I tried to get my old camera that I used for my older videos. That ended up breaking down for some reason. And then I tried using my phone, and my phone was full of storage. It felt like there was something always happening. It felt like the universe was always preventing me or didn't really want me to do this. And that's why I had a time where I just felt like I wanted to quit, because this just has been going on for circles for so long. And that frustrated me. And it happened for 7 years of trying to do all these kinds of things, and something would go wrong. Either physically something would go wrong with the softwares or the things around me, or mentally. And that is something I have struggled with. And there's something I want to talk about, but I don't really want to talk about myself. Personally, that's something I have to work on by myself. With the help of my close ones and with professional help. That's something I need to connect the dots with. I want to have a message for you all that you are enough. For my entire life, I felt like I wasn't enough, that I was a failure, and that no one wanted to hear me, that I didn't need to be heard, that my problems weren't important, that I needed to suck it up and just figure it out on my own, and that I needed to be the entertainment and the fun person for people so that they felt better about themselves, and not just being myself and not talking about my issues, just kind of being there and feeling useless unless I did stuff for other people. And I felt like I was left behind. Everyone kept moving forward. I felt like every time I tried to help everyone else, it would work for them. The advice I'd give them or the help I'd give them, and they would move forward and flourish. But then when it worked for me, I felt like I was just nowhere. I felt useless. I felt like a failure. And I got stuck in that. And that bottled up for years and years and years. And it felt like I was dying. There were so many things going on in my mind. Dark thoughts, scary thoughts. There was a time for a very long time where I would think about death every night. And I know how scary that can be. That's a scary thought. And I felt like I was alone, and I didn't believe in me. And I'm working to fix that now. But I want to give you guys a message that you guys are not alone. As much as you feel like you are alone, there is at least one person who is willing to listen to you, whether that be a friend, a family member, or medical professional. There is someone who cares about you, someone who wants to help you and is willing to listen to you. And I understand what it feels like to feel useless, to feel like you are not needed, to feel scared, and of course alone. And I'm not good at talking. I originally remember I posted a few things that I think I want to just like read off. You all are all dreamers. That's the community I've seen, the light I've seen in the community I like to call the All-Stars. I hope to see you all accomplish your goals, not only this year, but forever. Take those goals and start them tomorrow, next week, or even next month, whenever you need it to happen. Get started when you feel you are truly ready, but don't sit on a goal. If you spend too much time thinking about a thing, you'll never get it done. And that is something I've dealt with, as I said before, hundreds of dollars, many hours, many sleepless nights where I would stress because after spending maybe 12 hours at school because I was assisting, directing plays while also doing schoolwork that I didn't even get done till the last 3 days before graduating high school, which is awful for my health. And I ended up getting COVID and all that, but that's not something I want to get into. I decided to just still work on that, staying up until like 4 a.m. and then waking up at 7 a.m. and then going to school at 8 a.m. and then coming back to school back home at 8 p.m. and then working from 8 p.m. to 3 to 4 a.m. On work that I want to get done. There was never a time where I just rested. Take it one step at a time, one small goal a day. Could be as simple as making your bed, brushing your teeth. Build on that small goal and grow them into bigger ones when you feel that you are ready. Write down what you've done and what you plan to do that week or that day. Be proud of your process. You might feel like there's no progress made on the work you put in that day, but you will always be better and more improved than yesterday's you. Don't be hard on yourself. Celebrate your own accomplishments, even the smallest ones. It's always better than thinking the worst of yourself or putting yourself down for things you didn't do yet. There was a quote, I think it's by Bruce Lee, that I really like. Do not speak bad of yourself, for the warrior within hears your words and is lessened by them. It'll be a very challenging and rough road. You'll want to quit, you'll want to cry, but I believe that if you really try, and if you really want it, and if you really work hard for it, and not only just for the goal, but for yourself. I honestly think that the process and the journey of the goal is more important than the goal itself, and that you'll figure out more about yourself as a person than just the goal itself, if or when you hit it. You will be in a place of satisfaction and peace with the process and with where you are. Because if you work for it, as much as you might not see progress, you'll still be more improved than you before if you keep with it. And it's really up to you to risk for it. It really is a different path for everyone when it comes to this kind of stuff, and you never really know how it's going to turn out. You might end up liking something you never thought you would have liked, or you might find multiple things you're into. But I believe that if you love doing this and then that you have a passion for it, you should go for it. You should try it as a side thing, or if it goes as a full thing, do it as a full thing, if it truly makes you happy. And this can be for anything, small or big. I truly respect people who at least give it a try. Give it a try to do something that is uncomfortable to them, but will help them grow. Because they can at least say they tried doing it, instead of sitting there. We're all gonna fail. That's what humans do. We fail, but we continue to build from it and learn from it. And I think that's something you need to understand, that if you fail, you're not a failure. You can still grow, and you can still be a better version of yourself. You are not a failure. You can get back up and start again, or start something new. It is all up to you. It is your life. Don't do it for validation. Don't do it for praise. Do it because you enjoy to do it. Do it because you love doing it. Something that spark, that fire in you just makes you passionate about what you love to do. Do it for you. Another thing I want you to realize is that you do not have to be anyone else but yourself. There's a motto I go by a lot of the time where it's like, if you're not hurting yourself, if you're not hurting anything, if you're not hurting anyone, then go for it. Doesn't matter what it is. As long as it's not those three things, then go for it. I have struggled with trying to be someone else because I found myself to not be funny enough, not be worthy enough, not be creative enough. And I felt I had to do exaggerated things. Even in my normal day life, I had to try to make people laugh. I had to try to make people like me because I felt like I was not worthy enough, because I didn't like myself. I would overthink the simplest things. I would overthink a call before I call someone. I would overthink a text. I would have to wait 30 minutes to recheck every single thing just so I know what I'm going to say to people. And I always failed in normal conversations to think about what I want to say. But yeah, I've struggled. I've tried copying people's mannerism. I've tried copying people's wit, jokes, how they act, because I wasn't satisfied with how I acted. I felt like people around me did not care about me. They made me feel invisible, made me feel unwanted. And that ate me up inside. And that made me struggle to figure out, who really am I? I don't know who I am. I feel like I have no personality. I don't even know what my favorite color is. I say my favorite colors, all of them, because I don't know anything about myself. And I'm still trying to figure that out now. And I put myself to only do work, to only study how to be other people, how to do things like other people, so I'm likable like them. That's why I would constantly ask people, what do they want to see from me? Like, what videos do you want to see? What streams do you want to see? What content do you want to see? Because I didn't know what I enjoyed. And when I did the stuff that people recommended to me, sometimes I'd enjoy it, but a lot of the times I'd feel like I'm not interested in it because it's not something I liked to do. But now I'm learning more to find things for myself and be like, hey, this is actually something I'm interested in that I want to do. And that's something I've also been struggling with, finding things that I'm interested in and being okay that this was not for everyone, you know, that this is something, if it's what I like, then I will find enjoyment with it. And there will be people who feel that same way, and there will be people who support me either way. I just didn't know who I was, and I just wanted to know what the right decision was, like if it was a decision-based video game. And if I said or did the wrong thing, I would lose it all, and no one would care. Although it ate me up, and I'm sad that it had to be to the point where I had to go to the ER, and I felt like I was actually dying of a disease. I'm glad I'm finally figuring that out. After 18 years, I'm finally getting help for it. And I want you guys to understand that you are enough. I cannot say that enough. And you don't have to be anyone else but yourself to do or be what you want to be. I started playing the piano recently. I've had this keyboard for maybe 5, 6, 7 years, and I never even touched it until this year. And I would try to play every time. I'm like, oh, I'm too bad, and I'd stop for months and months and months. But I've started working on it for a few months, and I've actually been able to now learn music. I can read music now, and that took maybe 2 weeks. but it was something I had to work for. And I'm not good. I'm still definitely not good, but it is better than where I was before, where I just spammed random keys. But I think it's important to know that you are enough. You are the most talented, the most interesting, the most extraordinary and a person in the universe. And you are capable of amazing things because you are you. And this is something I like for people to just keep in mind and just never forget. There will only be one you in this entire universe, past, present, and future. I don't care what you say about the multiverse thing, but that's insane to think about. And you gotta cherish that. Take every day as it is, because being here is a slight, possibility. There's stuff going on with the bakery making a child, and if you really look into that stuff, if you're under the age of 13, do not look up that stuff, please. And thank you. You were lucky enough to be born. You were chosen, and I think there's something so beautiful about that you have been chosen, even if it seems rough or difficult. That alone shows you're strong enough, you know? I hear a lot of people ask themselves, what's the meaning of life? Nothing matters. And to some degree, I agree with that. But also to another degree, I don't. What I think the point of life is, it's you and your journey. But if nothing matters, you can make whatever you want matter. And that at the end of the day makes everything matter. It's all up to you. It's all up to your story. You are the protagonist of your story. Live life how you want to live it, and help those on their journey to help them be the best protagonist for their journey. You are strong enough to be alive compared to millions and thousands of not born children that made it to the oven of the mom or whatever your parent or guardian is. You made it. The universe chose you. They thought, who could be the best one to be here? And they thought of you. You were the chosen one. And there's something crazy to think about in the entire universe. Past, present, and future, you are the only you there is. And that alone makes you unique. That alone makes you special, and that alone makes you important. And I just hope that you know that you are enough just for that. There will only be one of all of us. You know, some people say they might catch certain traits of other people, but there will only be one you. There will only be one version of your journey, one version of your story. You were blessed with a purpose, you were blessed with a life, and you're blessed to be here right now. Do not take yourself for granted. So just make the most of your journey and support those on theirs, because you never know what they're going through. Like you might not see others struggle, but being a friendly ally or even having a very small quick check-in with them can help more than you know for their journey. And I just want you to know, even if you don't choose to do anything big like help with something around the world or try to be a very famous and popular phenomenon that's known for years and years on end, you are special just the way you are for just being you. And I don't care if that sounds corny. I just want you to sink that in. And I hope you really do. I wish you all nothing but the best on your journey. I might not know you, but I just want you to know that I believe in you. There will be a time where I can't really talk to my community anymore as we grow. But just know I am so thankful for all of you. And I believe you as a human, not as a person in the community, but just as a person that you know that I believe in you. Maybe even people who aren't a part of the community, maybe people who are just watching this, I believe in you. You are not alone. And I know how hard it is to, you feel like you are. But just know you are not alone. And I want you to know, if you're struggling, if you're hurting, if you're exhausted, if you're tired, never be afraid to fall apart. Even if you feel like you've been holding on or holding it together by a single pin. This is an opportunity to rebuild yourself the way you wished you had been all along. Although no one may see or know, you are strong for still being here and moving forward. There's a reason why I call you guys the All-Stars. I know a lot of people a part of the community, when trying to figure out a community name, were like, call us the Hicksies because your name's Hicks. And that's like a little Hicksies thing. And I was like, no, it's corny, it's cheesy. I respect people who use names that are a part of their whatever. But just for me, that wasn't my thing. I wanted to call you guys the All-Stars because I believe that you can just be the All-Star you by being you yourself. And whatever you want to be the All-Star you for, you can be the All-Star sleeper, the All-Star doctor, the All-Star chef, the All-Star football player, whatever you choose to be. Just know that you're the All-Star you. Even if you choose to do nothing, if you don't know what you want to do, you still are you. And that makes you an All-Star. There's one last thing I wanna read that I found. This is not something I wrote, by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I hope I said his last name right. I apologize, but I really like this message. For what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early to be whoever you want to be. There's no time limit. Start whenever you want. You could change or stay the same. There are no rules to this thing. We can make the best or the worst of it. I hope you make the best of it. I hope you see the things that startle you. I hope you feel things you've never felt before. I hope you meet people who have a different point of view. I hope you live a life you're proud of. And if you're not, I hope you have the courage to start over again. And as exhausted as I am, and as tired as I am, because I haven't given myself a break, I'm willing to start over again. But I need time to collect, time to find myself, because I have been doing nothing but working. Where even at the point all I talk about is work. And I keep forgetting that I am not a working machine. I am a human. We all are. So I hope that you find time for yourself as well. And if you need anyone to talk to, reach out to those you feel comfortable with. Because I guarantee there are people who care for you. I understand what it feels like to have no one care for you. But there are people who care for you. It just takes one single word, one single step to show progression. But yeah, I believe in you. And I hope you all take care. And I hope to see you very, very soon. I will see you very, very soon. Thank you so much for 40,000 subscribers. This is only the beginning. There's only like 3 or 4 videos on my channel, so it's definitely only the beginning for many, many things inside the channel and outside the channel. And I hope to see you all do amazing things too. I know you all will do amazing things too. I believe in you. And as for the message that I said about quitting, of course I'm not actually going to quit. I was just in a dark spot. This is what I love to do. The 2 things I love to do in life is create, make art, and help. Whether it be helping people, helping things, helping animals, helping with situations and problems. I love to help people. That's just what's in me. I like helping. And if I'm able to help leave a good impact and make people feel inspired, and if I'm making things or people feel good and helping make this place a little bit better, then I did my job. This has been Melvin Hicks, and I am signing off. Have a good evening, night, or day.
You know, as we come to the end of this phase of our life, we find ourselves trying to remember the good times and trying to forget the bad times. And we find ourselves thinking about the future. We start to worry, thinking, what am I going to do? Where am I going to be in 10 years? But I say to you, please, don't worry so much. Because in the end, none of us have very long on this earth. Life is fleeting. And if you're ever distressed, cast your eyes to the summer sky, when the stars are strung across the velvety night, and when a shooting star streaks through the blackness, turning night into day. Make a wish. Think of me. make your life spectacular.
You are too concerned with what was and what will be. There's a saying, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
If you're not feeling great, but you can make somebody else, you know that you can make somebody else feel good and be like happy, do it. Because like seeing somebody else happy because of something that you did is sort of this addicting back and forth process where it makes you glad and happy knowing that you are the reason why somebody or something else is happy. And I'm not just talking people, by the way. I'm talking about like animals. If you volunteer somewhere, helping somebody, helping people, helping animals, you will get that sense of actual kind of like real world like value, and you get to live off it, you know.
When all that happened, I said, fuck them. I didn't let none of that stop me from doing anything that I wanted to do. I feel like we're all free and we create from this honest place, this really honest space where we don't give a fuck where no one says.
So never give up. Without commitment, you'll never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish. So keep working, keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. So keep moving, keep growing, keep learning. See you at work.
When you hit this day, when you have reached the hilltop and you are deciding on next jobs, next steps, careers, further education, you would rather find purpose than a job or a career. Purpose crosses disciplines. Purpose is an essential element of you. It is the reason you are on the planet at this particular time in history. Your very existence is wrapped up in the things you are here to fulfill. Whatever you choose for a career path, remember the struggles along the way are only meant to shape you for your purpose. I don't know what your future is, but if you are willing to take the harder way, the more complicated one, the one with more failures at first than successes, the one that has ultimately proven to have more meaning, more victory, more glory, then you will not regret it. The light of new realization shines on you today. Howard's legacy is not wrapped up in the money that you will make, but the challenges that you choose to confront. As you commit to your past, press on with pride and press on with purpose. Now, this is your time.
How does Keanu Reeves deal with anxiety?
Breathe. Try to figure out why are you afraid? What does that mean? Try to just be and let not what you're afraid of define the present that you hope to be in when you go do what you're afraid of.
There ain't no age restriction. There are no restrictions. And by God's grace, here I am in front of you, telling you, you don't have any limits. And don't let anybody tell you that you do.
Dreams that you hope to achieve, if you keep your eye on them, and not just on the dream itself, because if you obsess about the dream and what it will mean when you get there, you'll ignore all of the obstacles on the path. Like, really focus on the whole picture of everything. If you're trying to do something and you're constantly met with failure, or your friends don't believe in you, or your family doesn't believe in you, then those are obstacles that are on your path to your goal. And you need to see the whole picture. You need to realize that some dreams carry a heavy price, but if they're worth it, then nothing can stop you.
At the end of the day, I make things that I'm proud of. I make things that make me laugh. I make things that make me smile. And it's kind of a selfish way of thinking. And even though I would like suggest you guys to be selfless and help those around you, at the end of the day, you are you, and you have you to take care of. And a lot of you guys out there don't take care of yourself. You give yourself to others, and you give yourself to others, and some of you may do it selflessly and not expect anything back. Some of you may expect something back, but you give out more than you give to yourself. And you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta be good to yourself. You gotta be good to the person that you are, because you're all you got. Till the end of your days, friends may come and go. You may have lifelong partners, but you'll always have yourself, and you have to be happy with what you got.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend.